Hello and welcome to another episode of the Electric Norwegian. I'm Mats. Today we're out thinking to Mobile Sarpsborg in a Citroen e-c3. Small, cheap and cheerful car, a bit like the Dongfeng, and also the Hyundai Insta. It's becoming a few of these cars now at around 250,000 NOK, which is about 23,000 euros or thereabouts. So it's going to be interesting to compare them. You might be thinking it's a beautiful day today because the sun is out and everything. It is, but it's a bit a cold wind. New Citroen badge here in front. No, it looks kind of distinct. Looks okay. It has a key, so it unlocked itself. It's a small car, this. Charge port on the right side, if you think of it from a supercharger standpoint. Looks okay. But there's a bit range of these small cars now. You can see here in the back seats. It's not the most space in the entire world, is it? Pretty simple down here. No armrest, no ventilation, few power sockets here, and also a 12 volt down there. I can sit behind myself in this position, but it's just barely. As it says here, it says be happy. None of this cheap, soft. Place for one can of soda probably. But it's alright. It's alright. Small car. Lots of space. There's nothing under here. It's not meant to be removed. Yeah, there is actually a small repair kit, a compressor at least, and some other stuff. So it's something. It's deep, it's nice, it's not too bad. You can just put the seats down, I would imagine, if you need more space. Manual, of course. You have manual seats, nice design, nice, comfortable, good sitting position. Let's close the door. Start the thing up. So I'm going to put the key. Let's see. It's old-fashioned like that. I like this. The instrument cluster. It's nice and easy to read. Gives you all the information you need. Small screen, not particularly big. But you have this menu here on top. Menu, nav. It's fairly quick. No car. Adjustments, mode or anything like that. You just have, and they have wireless CarPlay. Nice kind of interior. Charge point, soft textile, kind of a shelf there. Like this, buttons. See, BMW buttons for your temperature. I mean, imagine that. What a revolution! Wow. Yeah, it looks black, and this is, we all know this from the Stellantis products. Not the biggest, nor down here, but it works. It's a small car. We have 78%, 215 kilometers indicated range. I have no idea if there is any way of moving around on this information. I've tried to, but not much has happened really. And then open the door. Yeah. An indicator. It sounds like someone took an Amiga or something and used those. Now those sounds are brilliant. Let's use them. 44 kilowatt hours, 113 horsepower, indicated range of 320 or 314. So about 230 to 260,000. This is 265,000 NOK, which is at 23,000 euros or whatever. The base version doesn't have the screen, it just has a phone holder, a bit like the e-up did it back in the day, you know, use your phone for a media screen. This screen is perfectly okay. It's actually better than many other Stellantis screens because it's fairly quick and it's easy to use. It comes with 16-inch rims, by the way, steel rims. This one has the 17s. It has an LFP battery pack. It's 4 meters and 15 centimeters long. It has axle distance of 2,540 millimeters. It's 2 meters and 17 centimeters wide with the mirrors. It has a ground clearance of 16.3 centimeters, which is more than many crossovers and small SUVs have, for instance. And it can pull 550 kilos with a trailer, and that's really not too bad at all. It weighs 1,416 kilos dry without a driver, so it's relatively light. Mixed WLTP consumption number 174 to 171 watt hours. I don't know how they got it that high. And on a day like today, with a cold bitter wind. It's dry though, and sun is out. So, oh no, it only has one phase charger. 3-phase is 3-phase. You can get 11 kilowatt actually onboard charger on this one, but that's extra equipment. Sadly, it's not very expensive, but still. Because with an 11 kilowatt hour charger, you only use a bit under 3 hours to charge it because it's a small pack. 100 kilowatt only fast charging, which isn't very much, is it now? It might take a bit. It says charge time 20 to 80%, 26 minutes. So I don't know. That's with a hot battery probably. This has no screen for the car, so there's no settings, so I presume no preheat. Power figure 113 horses, 82 kilowatts only, and 124 newton meters. So did I mention the turning circle? It's 10 meters or thereabout. It's quite good turning circle in this one, and it gets warm as well. I've had to turn the fan off, almost off now, because it was a bit noisy. Yeah, that's the overspeed warning. There is a button behind the steering wheel here with a picture of a sign and stuff. I tried to push it several times, nothing happens. But I drove it over. There's some roadworks just where I live, so really just potholed and temporarily filled back in the road surface, so it gets full of holes really easily. And this one just swallowed it. You can just drive over it, and okay, you noticed there was some holes there, but if you drive over it in any other car, you really have to take it slow. This one you can just poof. That's so French. That's just so French. It's really comfortable, this one. I don't like the steering wheel. It's a squircle, and that's fine. I like the buttons on it. They're good to touch. They don't feel particularly cheap. They don't feel particularly expensive, but they feel quality, and that's good. No, the way it's shaped, you have this kind of almost a triangle, and it comes to an edge right on the bottom towards the back. So right where my thumb or my fingertips are, you end up feeling the seam of it. It's kind of sharp, and let's floor this thing. Come on, let's go. Throw it into a corner and see how quick it is. It's quiet in here too. I mean, relatively quiet, of course. I like the clear speed readout and the way they've integrated the dials into the dashboard. And it gives you the information you need. You have your battery percentage, you have your cruise control speed. There's no adaptive cruise on this, it's just dumb cruise, but it works. Drive around like this, the steering works quite nicely. Sometimes around town I think they should have geared it differently, because it can have a little bit I think it has a bit one turning too many from lock to lock, if you know what I mean. And you look at the 0 to 60 numbers, you get the impression this is a slow car, and it isn't particularly fast. But when you get it out on the road like this and into the real world, like I said, the real world is the real world, and it really doesn't feel slow. It doesn't feel quick either, but it's quick enough for a road like this if you want to have some fun on it. It is a windy day today. I have done a decent job of soundproofing this thing, I have to say that. There's not too much noise in it. Of course, there's small tires, so there's a limit amount of how much noise it can produce. Also had a look at the Hyundai Insta. Same size kind of car, but in the Insta I could actually sit behind myself and I had space for my legs. In this one I can almost do the same thing. I can fit, but only just. In the Insta I actually had space to sit. The regeneration in typical Stellantis shape is not quite really there. It pretends to be regen, it's not really. And the throttle isn't sharp enough. It could have been sharpened. It should have had a sport mode in this one. It would have been really fun, because you can throw it around in typical small French car fashion. There is drivability and fun in this one. It's not a GTI or a Civic Type R. Not at all. It is not pretending to be, and it's not supposed to be. And I'm not saying it is, but you can hustle it if you want to. And on these uneven, broken roads, it just swallows all the bumps. If I'd been in my Tesla now, it would have had some shakes. And this, you barely even notice it. Is it a cheap car? Yeah. Does it feel like it's built to a price? Yes. Does it have the best charge curve in the world? I saw the Swedish Elbil magazine testing it, and it didn't really impress anyone in the charging. No, 100 kilowatt isn't particularly fast, not even for a small 44 kilowatt hour battery pack. Unlike last time we had small cars, electric cars, like the Leaf and the e-Golf and the i3, those were all relatively expensive. At least the e-Golf and the i3 were expensive. This is relatively affordable, and it still gives you somewhere between 200 and 300 kilometers of range. And that's not bad, is it? And it doesn't cost 330, 40, 50,000 Norwegian kroner, or 30, 40,000 euros. I don't remember the price of the i3 in the United States, but it was a lot for a very small car. This is a small car, and it isn't that expensive. And okay, I wouldn't take it to Berlin. I'm sure it can go to Berlin. I wouldn't take it there, but it's not necessarily made to do that. That's not why it exists. Okay, the inbuilt nav, it does navigate you to where you're going. It's doing it very quickly as well. It's a quick screen. I like it. It's clear, it's crisp, it's fairly fast. Not too big, but it's easy to use, and that's the important bit. Unlike any other Stellantis product in the entire world, because it misses all the EV stuff that I want. But I'm a geek. I want my trip computers, I want my energy readouts, I want all that stuff. But it gives you what most people want, and it gives it to you in an easy to understand package, and that's so important. It doesn't shock you. There's nothing new here. It gives you a traditional small car and a traditional package with a hint of modernity. But yes, the navigation doesn't route you anywhere. It only gives you a destination, no charging, nothing. So you better do that yourself. But of course, I would imagine you can run a better route planner or something through the CarPlay or the Android Auto, and you can add your car to that, and you can put your parameters in. And it will do the job for you, and Bob's your uncle, I would imagine. Now, I was recently out in the Ford e-Transit. So it was a little bit noisy. Well, it's a windy day today, but still, this is noisier. It's not much tire noise, mind you. It's a lot of wind noise. So, like I say, the car can go to Berlin, but I don't want to take it there. It's just, no. But that's not what it's for. But it's comfy, I'll give it that. And it never really feels underpowered either. A bit like in the Dogfang. This one feels cheap and funky and cheerful. And quick enough. Kind of peppy, I think is the right word. Also, it feels stable and nice at speed. Very nicely, very well planted. Brake pedal feel. It's been a pet peeve of mine. And the MEB cars, I've been saying it's too mushy and not firm enough, not giving me the indication that something's actually happening. Here it's very good. I like it a lot. Now that said, these are on dry roads. We all know the wet roads can do very strange things with the feel of things, brakes in particular. It's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing first, I found the button I mentioned to turn the overspeed warning off actually works. You just have to hold it in for a while, a few seconds. That's the battery level low warning, and nothing to worry about. I now had an attempt at giving it a quick top up at a fast charger, and well, that was a miserable experience. It charges flat but very, very slow. I think it had around about 30 kilowatt, 35 kilowatt flat. It's cold outside. It's yeah, that's what it is, sadly. So now we have 41 kilometers indicated. We have 24%. So I think we just managed to get home. And then I put it at the charger at home. But I expected something like this. So sadly, that's the experience on the fast charger. Isn't very impressive. I'm sure it's better in the summer when it's warmer outside and you don't have the cold battery. It is an LFP battery after all. We know that they need a certain temperature to give peak charge performance. So hello everyone. And been on the motorway today. It's not windy, so it's a lot quieter in the car. And I've concluded with that this is a really nice thing. It has a trip computer, the button on the edge of the stalk for the wipers, just like in an old Audi 80 or a 996 Porsche. They also run the trip computer in the same way. So that's fun. That's nice if you're 20 and you've never driven anything like that. You have no idea how this thing works. The screen is quick, it's responsive, and it also connects pretty quickly up to the phone. I noticed. Got in the car now, was on a phone call, so I just threw the phone onto the charge pad, turned the car on, and the screen and the CarPlay was up and running pretty quickly. That's good points. Is this a motorway cruiser? No, it devours energy. And another thing it does, at higher speeds, the heat kind of gets sucked out of the cabin. I don't know why. It can't maintain heat while it's driving on the motorway. No clue why. Never experienced that before in any other car. So keep it off the motorway and you'll be fine. Probably not a problem in the summer, but it is a problem in the winter. I have no idea how efficient this car is because it doesn't tell me that. It just tells me trips and range and stuff. No consumption numbers as such. It's a good car, it's comfortable, it's fairly quiet. It's kind of this French way thing. You can just thunder over a uneven road and you won't really notice it's uneven. And then you come with anything else and you shake it half to death. So in that way it's brilliant. It's a nice interior for its price. I like it a lot. It is a Stellantis car though, so you have no, as far as I know, there is no way here to tell it not to charge to 100. Possibly you can do that in the app, if it is an app. We know that there's a lot of cars and app functionality is kind of so I wouldn't bet on it. But if you don't need an app, it's fine. It has a small battery, so it home charges pretty quickly, regardless of what you charge it on, really. Fast charging it is a disaster, at least in the winter, because you can't preheat it. But there's a local runabout. If you charge at home or at work or whatever when you have time, it's not really bad at all. It's nice to drive it, and also because there's a small battery, it doesn't cost a fortune to charge. It takes you around to where you need to go. Heater works well. Decent sound, surprisingly alright sound system actually. It's not a Boommaster, but it plays surprisingly well for what it is. I was surprised. And it's a small, dinky, easy runabout that you really, in that way, delivers. It's kind of what you think it will be. It's not the fastest car, it's not the sportiest car, it's not the most efficient car in the world, but it's definitely worth considering if you want a new car with a perfectly alright range. I think it's about between 200 and 300 kilometers, maybe even above 300 if you're taking it nice on a summer. So again, it depends on what you need. But thank you to Mobile Sarpsborg for lending me the car. And I really do understand the people who buys it. It's a traditional take on a car. You have your buttons for the climate. You have your fast responsive small screen. You have your wonderful instrument cluster. I really like that one. And you have a nice interior. And that's mostly what you need. Yeah, that's the Citroen e-c3. Thanks for watching. Do like, comment, and subscribe and all that stuff. And take care. And I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.